Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's not so bright and early, 8 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. As you can see, I was in the middle of my workout. This isn't the usual time I make these videos. I don't know how I missed this story. Once I saw this, I was upstairs working out on the treadmill, and I came across this story. And at first, I seriously was like, this isn't right. This isn't true. This has to be a joke. And then I watched the video. Oh man, got the link to it right down below. Okay, Madison Cawthorn with his friend with his hand on Madison Cawthorn's crotch. Okay, let me just start right at the very beginning. Look, you guys are familiar. Most of you are familiar with my channel. Look, and my feeling is what people do, who people love, is none of my business, nobody else's business. I totally support the LGBTQ community. But when you have somebody that is working against that community, supporting the Don't Say Gay law, and Madison Cawthorn, I'm talking about, and his, beating up trees, acting, talking about how there's no testosterone. American men have become wimps. The whole Tucker Carlson thing. Madison Cawthorn, one of his quotes, telling women to raise their sons to grow up to be monsters. So when you're putting on that face, that front to the American public, and this goes even deeper than that. This has to do with some questionable financial transactions too, on top of all this. What somebody does in the privacy, if somebody wants to one man wants to get intimate with another man, that's none of my freaking business. God bless them. If they love each other and it's a happy relationship, good for them. But don't be a big old hypocrite. And that's my point here. Okay, so Madison Cawthorn, we remember back, he came out with this comment that a bunch of these older Republicans have offered him cocaine and to join their orgies. All right, and apparently he's really ticked off some people big time. Because there's a group now called Fire Madison Cawthorn, and they came out with this information, this video. Also, they have they've been following the money, Venmo, where you pay people online, and there's a trail. This has to do with Madison Cawthorn's best friend, real good friend, and third cousin. Weird stuff, man. All right. And apparently, this guy is Stephen Smith, right? Him and Madison Cawthorn are like this. And he joined Madison Cawthorn on his honeymoon in Dubai. How many people bring a buddy along? How many people bring their buddy? Hey, bring my buddy along on our honeymoon. All right. And Madison Cawthorn got divorced shortly after he was elected. And this is his third cousin and best friend, Stephen Smith, has been living with him since then. So these two live together, and they're tight as tight could be. And like I said, and he's his third cousin. Okay, so now also, the link will be down below so you can read the story yourself. There's a trail, Venmo, from Madison Cawthorn slipping lots of money to Stephen Smith. And in the blank where what the money's for, it's just some crazy stuff for accompanying me on these lonely nights, and for favors, and for this, it's just over the top stuff. So I didn't know if this was just some kind of revenge thing until I watched the video. Man, the link will be down below. I got some comments on this too. All right. So you watch the video, and I'll tell you guys right up front. It has Madison Cawthorn saying something along the lines of, "I crave to have a body underneath the feel of my hand," or something really of a sexual nature. And he's in the driver's seat, and his buddy Stephen Smith is sitting in the passenger seat. And Stephen Smith goes, "Me too," and he reaches over films it, his hand onto Madison Cawthorn's crotch. Let me say this as a guy. I've never done that. I don't know if the bro relationship has changed since I was in my 20s or 30s, but I could honestly say that I can remember snapping towels in the locker room. I could remember punching, giving somebody a shot in the crotch, something like that. But when you watch this video, this is telling, man. If you can see his hand just go over, and it's a gentle touch, thinking back, if there was ever any contact between me, I know there wasn't. Like I said, I know there wasn't. I can never remember doing anything even close to that. That's just something, bros don't do, man. Like I said, hey, if you're gay and you're in a relationship with another man, a man to man, that's great. That's fantastic. But, if you're out there working against the whole LGBTQ community, preaching about toughness and men growing up to be tough, and this whole don't say gay thing with DeSantis and Disney World, Madison Cawthorn's going along with that and everything. Oh, and then not to mention, I didn't even make a video when the pictures came out of Madison Cawthorn wearing lingerie on a cruise, So I thought, well, okay, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. To be honest with you guys, that's something I've done before. What guy probably hasn't? I mean, I could remember something about back when I was drinking and stuff like that, finding the girl I was dating, finding her lingerie laying around and thinking it was funny, parading around in it. I can't remember any specific incident of me doing that, but I'm sure I did. It's a piece of cloth, no big deal. When you start wearing it underneath your clothes, you become, out in public, and then you've taken it to more higher level. And hey, if that's your thing, that's okay too. But don't be a big fat hypocrite about it. Don't work against the very people that you are. The very, if that's your nature, don't work against people that are the same and be a big fat hypocrite. So anyway, like you can see, I wasn't prepared for this video, but wow. Yeah. I'll talk more about this in the following video, in the next video I make, but the link's down below. Check it out. Wow. Have a good Saturday.